I just came back from Niagara Falls a few minutes ago. Sorry, a few hours ago. I went there in the morning, Saturday morning, with my friend who came to Toronto from Calgary, and he and I drove to Niagara Falls, which was a 2 hour 30 minutes drive. He was driving. Yeah, we went there to just basically for sightseeing and some relaxation. Um, yeah, it was my first time going there, and it was his first time as well, so that was fun. So we made history, and yeah. So I just want to paint a picture of my very first impression of Niagara Falls when I got there. The first thing is that when I put Niagara Falls on the map, it took me to some part of the city of Niagara, which was not really at the falls, but halfway, like maybe 1 kilometer from the place, or like just under 1 kilometer from the place, which I found strange. I got out of the car and wanted to ask around for directions to Niagara Falls. We could sense that we were close. We were close to the falls, but we just didn't know which direction to take. So I stepped out of the vehicle to ask some strangers for directions to the Niagara Falls. Yeah, the two strangers I met were also confused and were actually just about to ask me to give them directions to the Niagara Falls. So, yeah, that was funny. So, I just had to find someone else, and they gave us directions, and we easily found our way to the Niagara Falls. Yeah, as we were driving and descending one hill that led to the Niagara Falls, my friend saw like the fall. He was the first one to see the fall among, you know, there were some trees and buildings covering it, but there was some part of it at least that was visible. As we got closer, it became more and more visible. And my first impression was, that's so small. This Niagara Falls, it is supposed to be one of the, I don't know, biggest falls in North America. I don't know what that particular piece of history or this statistic is. I wanted to look it up, but it's going to take some of our time. So I'll leave it at that. Yeah, I expected it. Yeah, my point is, I expected it to be more impressive. I expected it to be more majestic, more awe-inspiring. I expected it to be really, really big. I used to hear about Niagara Falls things from when I was a kid back home, and before I came to long before I came to Canada. Yeah, so and I expected to see an entire like cliff face, like um like all of it covered with water. Yeah, and that wasn't the case. So I was mildly disappointed, but that was too early an assessment of how big the place is. Yeah, so when we settled in, we looked for parking, which was a bit tricky, but we eventually figured it out. We found public parking. We parked the vehicle, and then we walked down to the Niagara Falls. And the first thing we did was we went and paid our tickets for the boat cruise, because um, the best way to actually have a good view of the falls is to actually take a ride in one of the boats cruises and then go very near the falls. Yeah, so we did that. My friend got a ticket for himself and myself, and then we got some plastics to cover ourselves, because there's usually a lot of mist um, near the falls. So we entered the boat and then we went, and slowly I began to be like that that sense of awe, that sense of like this this sense that I wasn't impressed initially, but when I got into that boat and we sailed a little bit closer to the falls. There were actually two of the falls were actually two. The one that I was disappointed by, or the one that failed to impress me, was the smaller one. So when we got into the boat, we sailed past the smaller one and toward the bigger one. The bigger one was like a half circle of cliff and with water falling down it. Yeah, so it was actually semi round. Yeah. So I took some cool videos. Sorry that I can't show you right now. I'm very tired. It's 1 a.m. and I just want to record this and sleep. But hopefully in subsequent videos I'll be able to record, or I'll be able to like put together some pictures and videos I took from there. Yeah, but I was really impressed. I was really impressed because the whole fall, the part that is like a circle, like a half circle that I mentioned. Yeah, we went right there, like right in the middle of that, and yeah, the water was agitated. The one that was falling, and as well as the one that was in the pool at the bottom of the cliff. Yeah, like it was fume, like it was white fumes, and then yeah, there was heavy mist that amounted to maybe even like precipitation or a bit rainfall. Um, yeah, so we took some cool videos, took some pictures, and yeah, that was it. We turned around and came back to the port. And then after that, we had something to eat. I had a burger. My friend and his wife, I forgot to mention, he was with his wife and child. Yeah, they had something to eat as well. I had a latte. I just realized of late that I really like lattes probably more than coffee. I'm not a coffee person, by the way, just clearing the air. Um, I I wouldn't say that's not accurate. Uh, I'm not like a coffee addict, quote unquote addict, like someone who can't go a day without taking coffee. I don't do that. I drink coffee. I take coffee like maybe once a week, and I'm usually hardly drinking coffee because I feel like I am craving it. It's just like there's coffee in the kitchen. I could have a cup. That's all. Anyway, back to topic. So after we had our lunch, we went and did some zip lining. Yeah, and I expected it was going to be super exhilarating, but for some reason I was so used to the feeling. It felt almost as if I'm just, suspending on my ceiling or something. Um, it didn't feel very breathtaking. Yeah, I feel like I'll need to do some bungee jumping or skydiving before I could really feel like it's a, you know, this one of these moments that take your breath away. And speaking of skydiving, there was an indoor skydiving place there. Yeah, we didn't get time to check it out. But I think that's something I would really enjoy. I think I would really enjoy it. So we have plans to go back there. Um, yeah, for many reasons, not just the skydiving. Yeah, so we have plans to go back there. We haven't yet, set a date. It might be a year from now, maybe even more. Yeah, but we just know that we didn't enjoy it as much as we would have loved to. So yeah, we'll go there. All right, so I've just been rambling for the last 10 minutes or so. I think it's about time I just, tell you what this is about. There is nothing particularly, serious. I didn't start this video to give you some news or something. Maybe that's not the best way to say it. So, what I am doing is, if you check my channel, you will see maybe one video before this one also. And the point of that video is, okay, this is difficult. So I am recording these videos to train myself to communicate, to speak well, and to speak clearly, to be more articulate, to be more well spoken, to be more confident when conveying my ideas and sharing my experiences. I want words to come to me much more easy than they are coming right now. Yeah, I haven't been a very good communicator in my life and in my career, and it has impacted me both in my personal life and in my professional life. So, yeah, this is my attempt to fix that. This is my attempt to, to redeem whatever I might have lost because of my lack of good communication skills. And this attempt involves just recording videos of myself, sharing through just talking, sharing anything really, anything that is worth talking about, just sharing it and putting it out there. The end goal is for me to develop a more articulate, confident, and insightful character, personality, and to get rid of all the filler words when I'm talking. I believe that this is going to improve the quality of my life. I will usually not edit the videos or cut out parts of it, so I apologize for the poor quality of the videos ahead of time. Yeah, but the reason I'm doing it is so that I can summon words from my brain without having previously written them down and still have a coherent thought. So that's it. I'm going to leave it here for today. If you have watched this video, I would appreciate a like or a comment or any feedback that you have for me on this video. Any strategy you think might help me to become a better communicator, please leave that in the comments below. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, that's it for today. Melvin out. Thank you. Bye bye.